The Lloydminster and District Co-op unveiled this year's Spread a Little Love campaign today. The initiative is all about giving back to seniors here in the community.
Anytime we can give back to our seniors, our seniors have given back so much to us, helped develop our communities we're in, right? The city of Lloyd, this great city in the areas, Neilburg and Lashburn, where we do business in. They've helped develop, plant the seeds, the roots of our communities. So anytime we can give back to them, it's really important. It's good to give back to the people that help develop.
This year, the goal for the campaign is to give out 900 gifts to seniors in the community.
A lot of our seniors don't get out as much as they used to, especially in the wintertime. It's harder to get around, and so it's so important just to remind them that they're loved and they're thought about, especially at Christmas time.
Gift tags are available at the Lloydminster Co-op grocery store and all of their gas bars. And now to some big news for the town of Vermilion today. The community is set to receive access to high-speed internet after partnering with two companies. Now, the mayor, Greg Thornston, is speaking in this morning's news conference as the city announced a partnership with Alberta Broadband Networks and Primus Communications to bring high-speed internet to town. This is something that's been in the works for nearly 2 years. Both parties involved say they are thrilled with how much this will impact the community.
We've realized how important connectivity and that internet connection is for people to communicate, not only at a business level through Zoom meetings and etc., but for family to reach out and connect to each other and be able to communicate.
It makes or breaks the build. It really does. It's when you have the town support, the residents support, the commercial district support of deploying something like this, it gives us the opportunity to remove roadblocks very quickly.
Now, this announcement means over 4,000 residents will be able to access high-speed internet, along with over 280 businesses. And now it's time for us to check in with our Abby St. John for a look at your evening weather forecast.
Thanks so much, Jace. And today it was a little bit chillier than what we've seen, and it's going to continue on that trend. Unfortunately, we are in that season already. It is 3 degrees here in Lloydminster. Cloud coverage we saw all throughout today. Heading in tomorrow, we're going to see a huge chance of some snow, so definitely keep that in mind. Breezy this morning and cloudy all throughout the day, and that wind was coming in at 20 kilometers per hour, so it was quite a chilly day today. Across the region in Alberta, 3 degrees out in Edmonton as well, 1 degrees in Athabasca, and then we get below 0 in Whitecourt, Edson, Jasper, Rocky Mountain House, and Red Deer at -1, and then 2 out in Cold Lake. And then on Saskatchewan side, Meadow Lake sitting at 0, as well as in Melfort, 4 in Saskatoon, 2 in North Battleford, and -1 in Prince Albert. If we take a look at North Battleford, 4 degrees, mostly cloudy. It's getting windier, and there is some chances of some late drizzle this afternoon and heading into this evening, and that wind coming in very strong at 28 kilometers per hour, so definitely keep that in mind. It's going to feel a little bit colder with that wind. Now, just taking a look tonight in North Battleford, it will drop below 0 at -6, so it's definitely going to be a chillier night tonight, and there will be some snow showers heading in this evening, so definitely keep that in mind for tomorrow. You will probably wake up to some snow showers, maybe even some ice, so definitely be cautious in that wind slowing down to 17 kilometers per hour, but it will still be fairly strong. And then today in Cold Lake, 2 degrees with some snow throughout today, heavy cloud coverage, so definitely keep that in mind. About 2 centimeters of snowfall, and then the wind at 19 kilometers per hour. And then overnight, it's also going to drop to -6, and the same trend of snow falling overnight tonight, about 3 to 6 centimeters. So keep that in mind for tomorrow. Wind slowing down to 15 kilometers per hour. Here in Lloydminster tonight, we'll drop to -8 with periods of snow around 5 to 10 centimeters of snow and that wind at 17 kilometers per hour. And then tomorrow's forecast, we're going to see about a 10 to 15 centimeters of snowfall. So there'll be snowfall throughout the day, and it will drop to -2. So we are getting those below zero temperatures. And for the next 3 days, like I said, huge chance of snowfall tomorrow. So keep that in mind when you're going out in the morning. Thursday, we'll see that sun nice and bright. However, it will be below zero at -7. So it will be fairly cold. So don't let that sun deceive you. And then on Friday, to start your weekend off, it will be -4. Very cloudy and cold, but no super chance of snow or anything as of yet. But do keep in mind that it will be colder heading into the weekend. And then taking a look at some of your photos, we asked you to submit some of your Halloween costumes from last night, and we got several that look amazing. Couple dogs dressed up. Thank you for everyone who submitted their photos. We got a nice Chucky, something out of my nightmares for sure, but definitely looking super cool. And then we got a nice family photo, some Minecraft costumes looking fantastic. And then one of my personal favorites, Dumb and Dumber, adorable children. I love it. We got a ton of submissions for your photos, so we'll be showing those over the next couple of days. But thank you so much to everyone who submitted, and I hope everybody's Halloween was absolutely fantastic. That's all I have for weather for right now. We'll have more news with Jace coming up after the break. Thanks, Jace. Taking another look at our weather, we are still sitting at 3 degrees here in Lloydminster. Fairly chilly day out today. We did see cloud coverage throughout the whole day, and that wind at 20 kilometers per hour did make things feel a little bit more colder. But get ready for tomorrow, because we are expecting to see some snow overnight and into tomorrow. So definitely keep that in mind. Taking a look at our regional temperatures, 3 degrees out in Vermilion and Vegreville and out in Edmonton, 2 degrees in St. Paul, Bonnyville, Cold Lake, Lac La Biche, and then 4 degrees in Wainwright and in Provost. And on the Saskatchewan side, 0 up in Isle Cross and in Meadow Lake, 1 in Green Lake and St. Walburg, 2 in Pierceland and North Battleford, 3 in Maidstone, and 6 out in Macklin. And if we take a look up north, Uranium City and Wollaston Lake and South End, all sitting at -4, -3 out in Flin Flon, -6 in Stony Rapids, and 0 in La Loche and Buffalo Narrows. And then on the Alberta side, 1 out in Fort McMurray and 1 out and also in Slave Lake, -8 in High Level, -2 in Fort Chipewyan, -3 in Peace River and in Grand Prairie. So we're seeing those colder temperatures. And then down south, 6 out in Medicine Hat, 2 in Lethbridge, -1 out in Calgary, 4 in Coronation, and -2 in Banff. And then on the Saskatchewan side, Swift Current is still sitting strong at 12 degrees, 5 out in Kindersley, 9 in Moose Jaw, 15 in Estevan, 11 in Regina, and 8 out in Yorkton. And then overnight across the region, lots of chances of snowfall in the majority of the region. Meadow Lake and Isle Cross sitting at -3 overnight, -6 in Bonnyville, -8 in Paradise Hills. So we are dropping below 0, and there's chances of about 3 to 6 centimeters of snow in Bonnyville and in Isle Cross, 5 to 10 in Paradise Hill, 12 to 20 in Meadow Lake. So definitely a lot of snowfall across the region. So keep that in mind when you're waking up tomorrow. Mirnam sitting at -7, -6 6 in Pearson and Unity, -4 in Wainwright, and -8 in Calgary. And again, snowfall across the region, 5 to 10 centimeters in Mirnam and Wainwright, 3 to 6 in Pearson, and then 2 to 4 in Unity. And then it'll just be occasional snowfall in Calgary, but definitely make sure to keep that in mind waking up tomorrow. Tomorrow's forecast for out in Cold Lake, -1, and there will be about 1 to 3 additional centimeters of snow falling from overnight into the next day. 26-kilometer-per-hour wind, so it will feel colder than that -1. North Battleford dropping below to -1, about 3 to 6 centimeters of snowfall overnight and a little bit of sleet in the morning, so definitely keep caution when you are driving. And then that wind again up to 24 kilometers per hour, so keep that in mind when you are driving. -8 tonight in Lloydminster with about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow, and then tomorrow that snow will continue, and then it will be around -2. Over the next 7 days, on Thursday sunny but will be cold at -7, then Friday to start your weekend off -4, -2 on Saturday, but we will see some sun as well on Sunday, -8, -7 to start your week off on Monday, and then -2 on Tuesday. And taking a look at more of your photos from Halloween, you got some very cute kid costumes for trick-or-treating. I love this family shot from the big comfy couch. I love that show growing up. I thought this was a very cute family costume, and then some more dog costumes as well. Thank you so much to everybody who submit, and we will continue posting your photos for the next couple of days. That's all I got for weather this evening. We'll have more news coming up after the break. It's that time of week for Pet Project, and I'm here at Border City Paws Animal Rescue, and today we have a dog. We've been with cats for the last few weeks, but we finally have a dog. His name is Casper, and he is by far one of the sweetest, calmest puppies that I've ever met in my life. Tell me a little bit about Casper's story and, you know, just how he ended up here at the SPCA.
So he was brought in as a stray, I believe by bylaw. I was just running around town. He's a very sweet guy. We're guessing he's about 5.5, 6 months. Not 100% sure of the breed. It's always a guess. But we're thinking maybe Shepherd, Golden Retriever mix, maybe. Very, very sweet dog. I don't think he would hurt a fly. He's good with the other dogs. He's good with cats. We got bunnies up here, and he doesn't even notice them. He just wants love. He's a very, very good boy, and I think he's the type of dog that would do anything to please his owner.
Yeah, for sure. He hasn't made a single noise since. No barking, no kind of growling or anything like that. I kind of described him as being like an older soul, trapped in a puppy's body. So he's very, very sweet. So would you recommend really any household, maybe a little bit older children?
Honestly, I think he would do good in any household. He's very, very gentle. Even when I'm giving him treats, he, you know, already is so gentle taking them. Here you go, buddy. So yeah, I think he would do good with any age in there. He is going to need a bit more training. I mean, obviously he's still jumping up, but I mean, I don't think he's had any training. So that's all we got to work on is jumping up. We're doing good.
Yeah, no, that's definitely perfect, especially with bigger dogs.
Exactly.
They may sometimes be a little bit harder to corral up, but like if he has the breed, you know, the golden lab or the retriever, the shepherd, they're usually very smart breeds.
Very smart.
So he seems to be catching on quite quickly and all that. No, that's awesome. How have you been doing with, you know, numbers of, you know, the animals coming in? And
so not too bad for dogs. Dogs we're not doing too bad right now. Cats, that's a different story. It's been quite crazy with cats lately, especially with the weather getting colder. We want to get get them in, but we just ask the public to kind of be patient with us. If you do find a stray, give us a call. That way we can get you on the waiting list. Obviously, with it getting colder, kittens or injured animals or sick animals, we will find room for them one way or another.
Yes.
If you do see an older cat, though, just call us, report it to bylaw, and then as soon as we get some room, we can hopefully get the cats in here before it gets too cold out.
Which is awesome, always having, that place for them to go, because, especially around this time of year.
Exactly.
It seems there's always an increase. Now, you had a couple of events past, but you had a lot of success, especially with your tattoo event and then the silent auction. Tell me a little bit about how that went.
Yeah, so it was an amazing weekend. It was a lot of fun. So we had our tattoo fundraiser at Marked Up Tattoos. And I believe when I talked to Mark, he said we did 207 tattoos, and with the grand total of $16,807. So
That's
I'm
amazing.
Super happy with that number. It was so nice to see. We had a lineup out the door the whole time because when they were keeping up on appointments, so we did end up taking walk-ins through the day, and it was just, we had, a steady line all day long. It was really nice. Mark and his staff and volunteers did an amazing job, People didn't really have to wait longer than 20 minutes to get in and out. So yeah, that went really good. And then we had the Slay the Night drag show that night, which was a lot of fun, a lot of good laughs. They put on an amazing show, and they did a silent auction for us. And I believe they raised $733 out of that. So that was just an amazing Saturday for us.
Yes, it was a huge success. And then you have your carnival coming up this month. So I'm sure that's going to be just as successful as your other months.
So yeah, we have that coming up at the end of the month. I think I said the 25th, but it's actually the 26th, the Saturday, the last of the month. So yeah, we're kind of looking for any vendors or anybody who wants to volunteer. If you are interested in doing that, give the shelter a call and we can get that going. It's actually free for vendors. We do ask if you want to give us a donation afterwards. That's up to you. We appreciate it. But yeah, no, it's a good way to get your product out there for free. So.
Oh, for sure. And do you have anything else kind of in the works for the future, or?
Yeah, so we actually, on November 12th, we are going to be at PetSmart all day with a bunch of kittens. We have an adoption. It's their week-long adoption event. Unfortunately, we're only doing the one day with them. But yeah, that'll be Saturday, November 12th. So come on down to PetSmart and you can meet tons of kittens and maybe even possibly some puppies.
Now, I know just kind of going off on the PetSmart, you've taken a few dogs or kittens to different stores. Like you were at HomeSense with a bunch of puppies. How do those kind of work, and how successful have you seen those kind of pop-ups?
So yeah, they've been really successful. It's kind of a nice way, to just kind of come in a different setting than the shelter. This place can be a little stressful for everybody. So yeah, no, they, a lot of businesses have just reached out to us. They let us come set up there, and then people can come in and meet them. If you are in the market for it, I always say fill out your application ahead of time online. Then that way you would be able to leave with an animal that day. If not, we'll just review your application. We usually get back to you by the next day.
I know when I went to HomeSense, when you guys had that litter of puppies, someone was already filling out an application for one of them. So, it's an interesting, you go for shopping and you end up going home with a new pet, which is always, I think, the best kind of shopping.
It really is, right? You end up finding your forever friend that you didn't even know you needed.
Exactly. Now, again, we always ask, is there any specific donations that you need, or, donations in general, food, toys, anything like that?
So yeah, actually, I'm happy you asked that. So we definitely need puppy wet food. We're good on the kibble right now, and we can always use more kitten food, wet and kibble. And actually, you mentioning the toys is kind of funny because I went to go get some cat toys this morning for some of the kittens, and we are running extremely low. So with all the kittens in, it's good to stimulate them with the toys. So yeah, we could definitely use a lot of cat toys.
All right, well, thank you so much for introducing us to Casper, and hopefully he gets his forever home very soon. He'd make a perfect addition to any sort of family. He has been so calm and so loving and gentle during this whole interview, so I'm sure he will have no problem finding his home.
Thank you.
Pet Project is sponsored by the Pet Pad. For total pet care, think Pet Pad.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Ecoplast Solutions is a local business. They're having an open house that they're inviting the general public out to on November 3rd. I'm joined today by their managing partner, Kelly Rogers. Now, Kelly, before we get into what this event is, can you tell us a little bit more about Ecoplast Solutions for people who may have not heard about the business?
Ecoplast Solutions is a custom home builder. We build composite structural panels using recycled plastic bottles as foam core. We build premium, high efficient building structures.
All right, so main thing we're here to talk about is on November 3rd from, I believe, 4 to 7. An open house is going to be taking place here in Lloydminster. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are showing off in that open house and a little bit more about it as well?
Yeah, so the open house here on November 3rd from 4 to 7 p.m. We're wanting to showcase one of our builds here that we have on site that we've fully finished out with interior finishes. And it's really to showcase the product as people are having a hard time understanding what a build made from recycled plastic bottles actually looks like by the time it's finished out. So we're showcasing the product. And we've got some staging done by another company out of Wainwright, Danes and Dobney has staged it out, so it looks all beautiful and nice and finished on the inside. And yeah, we just want to invite the open public out to check it out and see what it looks like for a finished product to build a high efficient home made from recycled bottles. So.
Now, I think a lot of people, when they hear about your business, they can understand the advantages for the environment of maybe going this route. But can you talk a little bit about other reasons why this building process is something that people should consider, or some of the advantages of it beyond the environmental impacts?
Yeah, you bet. I mean, the environmental impacts are kind of they speak for themselves. But what's also in our minds, even some of the bigger benefits of the product is its strength and durability. Our housing panels do not mold, they do not rot, they do not lose efficiency or R value over time. So they're impermeable to moisture. They can be finished out in many different ways, and they're a very cost comparable option to stick build and other options that are out there. So those are some of the main key points that we're trying to showcase here.
And I saw speed was another thing too.
It is, yeah. The amount of time that it takes to assemble our homes is extremely fast. So our process involves pre-manufacturing all of our panels in-house in the facility here in Lloydminster. So everything's engineered and designed and prefabricated and then brought to site, and the walls are stood up and the roof is placed on in the matter of hours to days. And we just did a couple big exciting projects here. We're doing a couple duplexes in Lloydminster. So those are going up right now, which is a big project for us, and we're excited about that one. And we also just finished the first big custom home build out in Alberta, out by Millet there. So that one was about a 2,400 square foot home that we assembled in under a week out there. So
it's great to see a Lloydminster success story here, building in town, but also across the province. Kelly, is there anything else you'd like to say before we go today?
The tiny home is our spin on a tiny home that we're showcasing here on November 3rd is made from over 350,000 plastic bottles. So that's kind of a interesting fact that people are also asking. So kind of come on out and it'd be great to meet everybody and yes, know that we're here, we're in town, and we'd be happy to talk to people about other builds and show you what we're up to.
And where are you guys located?
So we're located at 4604 62nd Avenue in Lloydminster. So big facility there. You'll see a couple signs, but yeah, right in town, just north of Highway 16 on 62nd Ave.
Awesome, Kelly. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us today, and congratulations on all the success you guys are having.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, and we'll look forward to having some people out to meet and greet. So
Taking a look at your final 7-day forecast, tomorrow we will be expecting a ton of snow, about 10 to 15 centimeters starting overnight tonight. So keep that in mind when you're waking up. Tomorrow will be -2 for the high, -11 for the low. And then on Thursday, don't let that sun deceive you. It will be fairly cold at -7. And then on Friday, we've got a cloudy day at -4 to start your weekend off. And then on Saturday, we will see some sun both on Saturday and Sunday, but there will be cloud coverage and it will be a little bit breezy throughout the day. -2 on Saturday, -8 on Sunday. And then to start your week off on Monday, -7, and that cloud coverage will roll back in and cover up that sun. And then -2 will be your high on Tuesday, again with that cloud coverage. That is a look at your final 7-day forecast. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much for that, Abby. And thank you all for joining us tonight for Primetime Local News. Make sure everyone is staying safe when you're driving tomorrow and plan accordingly for that snow we're expecting to see across the region. Have a great night and we'll see you again tomorrow.